River City. River City. Next station stop.
You're crazy with the heat. Credit is no good for a notion salesman.
All aboard!
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an amble salesman. Does your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City. River City knock.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods. Cash for the soft goods.
Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the nuggets and the piggins and the firkins.
Cash for the hot head, cask, and demijohn. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the pie paper.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where'd you get
What
it?
do you talk?
You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker. You can talk, bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory. So it's loud, T4. Made the trouble, made the people want to get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county EC.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Who's finna patronize a little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where'd you get it?
It's not the Model T at all, man. It's someone in trouble when people want to go, want to get anywhere. Hey, you want to get to the county seat? No way. You want to go over there? I don't know. Oh.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where'd you get it?
You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker. You can talk, bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Well, I see you need a biscuit made the trouble, though. You need to put the crackers in a package, so you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package, made the Cracker Barrel obsolete.
Obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went up the window with the mailbox, cut throat drawn by the stove. Changed the approach of the traveling salesman. Made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone.
Gone with the high-tech cask and demijohn. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk pan. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tear.
Ever meet a fellow by the name of Hill?
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 No.
Just a minute.
Never heard any salesman. Hill?
Now, he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory.
What's the fellow's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete, or you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package, or the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or a doggone thing is just a bang beat, bell ringing, big call, great go, necker, nothing, rip roaring every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill.
Tell us, what's his line?
He's a big and he doesn't know the territory.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
He's a music man.
He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones, and the red hat comes with a big brass face. And the piccolo uniforms too, with a shiny gold braid on a coat and a big red stripe.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones and rat-a-tat drums. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps, and now and then a Jew's harp.
No, the fellow sells bands, boys bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he dillies and he gathers and he plucks and shines. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City. Across the state line into Iowa. River City. Population 2,212. Cigar Red Sea legal in this state. Four.
Oh, they get through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
So you really know Harold Hill?
Never met him in my life, but I know this much. He's giving every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and right out to the Salemans on a rail. Yeah, you think that funny? Well, wait till it happens to you. Your hair will never grow back.
Well, why should he get rode out of town on a rail?
In order to sell band instruments and uniform and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach some kids to play.
Well?
And to form them kids into a band with himself as the leader.
So what is wrong with that?
He don't know one note from another. That's what's wrong with that. He can't tell a bass drum from a pipe organ. I'll catch up with that swindling two-bit double rigger.
Wow.
You know what I do?
You sure are mad, Charlie. Like to be around when you catch up with that fella.
Won't be this trip. Not in Iowa. Even that great Professor Hill once tried to sell them neck-full hot guys out here.
All aboard!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Don't believe I caught your name.
Don't believe I dropped it.
Cousin Will never come? Aunt Bertha never come? Your Aunt Bertha's dead. Well, she wouldn't have come anyway. We could be cold as a falling thermometer in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so far we can stand, touch and nose as far we get time and never say eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirt and a bag to go with it. And if your fortune happen to
So what the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us. Even though we may not ever mention it again.
you really ought to give Iowa, Iowa, Dubuque, Des Moines, Davenport, Marshalltown, Mississippi, Keokuk, Kingsbury. All to give Iowa a try.
You're Mr. Squires, yes. I'm interested in hiring a rig for this Sunday, if you could accommodate me.
And I expect you not to see the man in charge of hiring rigs, who's late as usual.
Gregory!
Marcellus!
You old son of a gun. What in the... But Greg,
The name's Professor Hill, Professor Harold Hill.
but Greg, what are you doing here? Why didn't you let me know you was coming?
I didn't know I was going to be here myself. Besides, how should I know you'd end up in a little tank town like this? You used to be a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got me a nice comfortable job. And a girl, too. Boss's knee. Apple Poppelmeyer.
Gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
Say, so what's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you was in steam automobiles.
All I was.
Well, what happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
Now give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere with these stubborn Iowans. We got a stuck-up music teacher here that'll expose you before you get that bag unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's a librarian. Female.
Perfect. That's just what I wanted to hear. If she passes by, point her out to me.
Say, so how are you going to start the pitch?
Well, the same old way. Keep the music teacher off balance. And then my next step will be to get River City out of the serious trouble it's in.
But River City isn't in any serious trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I have to create a desperate need for a boys' band. Now, what's new around here? What can I use?
Well, nothing except for the billiard parlor just got a new pool table.
You never had a pool table before?
Nah, only billiards.
That'll do, Mars. See you later, and remember, music teacher.
Music teacher.
You're Mr.
Dunlop.
Dunlop, yes. If you're closing your eyes to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Certainly mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Hubby cultivate horse sense and a cool head and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try and give an ironclad lead to yourself from a three-rail billy shot? But just as I say it takes judgment, brains maturity to score in a buff-line game, I say let it boo. Can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that slot. The first big step on the road to the depths of degradee as they burst this little medicinal wine from a teaspoon and a beer full of bottles. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pinchback suit. And listen to some big out-of-town jacker hearing him tell about horse race gambling. Not a wholesome trotting race, no, but a race where they set right down on a horse. Like to see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on Dan pads? Make your blood boil? Well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets mark the difference between a gentleman and a bug, with a capital B in that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. I say your young man will be frittering away there noontime, supper time, tour time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled to the screen door, patched with a beefsteak pounded. Never mind pumping any water till your parents are caught with the cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Oh yes, you got lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the kids in the Knickerbocker shirt tails, young ones peeking in the pool all winter after school. You got trouble, folks, right here in River City. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Now I know you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on with a loafing around the hall? They'll be trying out Bevo, trying out Cubans, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breast with sense. And one fine night, they leave the pool hall, heading for the dance in the armory. Libertine men and Scarlet women and ragtime. Shameless music that'll drag your son and your daughter to the arms of a jungle animal instinct mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Oh, yeah, trouble. Right here in River City. Right here in River City. Capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. That stands for pool. You sure we got trouble? You sure we got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Our children gonna have trouble. Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. When your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Trouble! Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? Trouble! A dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Trouble! Is he memorizing jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz bang? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like swell and so's your old man? If so, my friend, you got trouble. Oh, you got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here in River City. With capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. That stands for pool. You sure got trouble. You sure got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here. Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule. Our children gonna have trouble. Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 numbered balls is the devil's tool. Devil's tool. Oh, yes, we got trouble. Oh, yes, we got trouble here. We got big trouble. With a T. Terrible T. Gotta rhyme with P. Gotta rhyme with P. And that stands for pool. That stands for pool. Remember, my friend, for I passed this waiver once. Did you drop your... No. Didn't I meet you in... No. I'll only be in town a short while. Good.
I'll be there in a minute.
Fine, dear. Now your exercises. Yes, ma'am. I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh? Who? I've never seen him before. Well, did he say anything?
He tried.
What did you say anything?
Mom, of course not. Now don't dawdle, Amaryllis.
So don't
Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind my saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of river city people and taking it all too much to heart.
Your mama, as long as Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern with the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman has a husband and you got none, why should she take advice from you? And even if you can't hold fools like in Shakespeare and all the other high-floating things,
Mama, if you don't mind me saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
no, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger. With the suitcase who made me a very last chance.
Mama, do you think that I'd allow a common basher? No, really, Mama. I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind my saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that Vanderpool bunny face pattern. No, a webster you can craft it for yourself. Out of your English imagination, your eye was starting to singularity full of fools.
Well, if that isn't the best I've ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that a way to walk into the house? Hello. That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from my boy. That lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I would especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis has asked you to her party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because the S because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I bet he won't say it.
No, thank you. Amaryllis, Amaryllis!
He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps?
It's not just because he lisps. That's just part of it, Amaryllis.
What's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, we all have to be a little more patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do him. I say goodnight to him on the Evening Star. You have to do it the very second you see it, too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight. There, dear. Don't cry. You have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there will be someone else. Never! I'll end up an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marion. Can I play my crosshand piece?
May I?
May I play my crosshand piece?
You may.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the Evening Star. I know, but for the time being, just say, goodnight, my someone. You can put in the name when the right someone comes along. All right, it's better than nothing. Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece. Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my
Stay African slide. And Ethel Toffenmeyer, our fine piano player. As mayor of River City, I welcome you fellow River Citians to the annual 4th of July exercises set up for the indoors here in Madison Gymnasium on account of the weather. Fourscore! Fourscore and six. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompey, will take place providing the rain stops by 9:30. It'll be out to Madison Picnic Park in the far meadow, across from the pest house.
How can it be raining? Didn't Gazette predict fair?
Sure did, Ewart. That's why we're all prepared for a storm.
The Gazette's accurate most of the time, and you know it, J.C.
You wouldn't last very long in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
What do you know?
Just a minute. Let's have order here. Order. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our forefathers. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. No. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Watanyee girls of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle, My Wife, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading part.
Tommy Gillis, I wouldn't leave if I was you.
Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young ruffian who's a disgrace to our city. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our forefathers.
It's late again tonight.
I make her early. She's late, all right.
Right on time. What's the matter with your watch?
Will you school board members stop bickering in public? Let's have order. Order.
All in the world I was trying to say.
Never mind. Fourscore.
We heard there's a pool table in town.
Well, is it a pool table or isn't
Will
it?
you allow me to get on with the exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get this pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children.
Protect our children.
Resist sin and corruption.
Resist sin and corruption.
Like that, devil, and keep our young boys pure.
Pure boys.
Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal this toll, my friends, with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize a River City Boys Band. Don't think, my friends, how the pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone. Rah, 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 da, 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 rah, rah. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, Billy Par walls come tumbling down. Oh, a band will do it, my friends, or yes, I mean a boys band, do you hear me? I say River City's got to have a boys band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's got to have a boys band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, and that band's going to be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred, and you see the glitter of crashing cymbals, the thunder of rolling drums, the shimmer of trumpets, dun-dun-dun, and you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Ted Conway, the Great Creatori, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade with 110 cornets close at hand. They'll plow my roads and roads of the fine virtuosos, the creed of every famous band. 76 like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horn platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double value volumes and big bassoons, each bassoon having his big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannons of batteries, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size, a trumpet could improvise a full octave higher than the score.
Men, this calls for emergency action. I haven't seen these Iowa people get so excited since the night Frank Gotch and Stranger Lewis, they laid on the mat for 3.5 hours without moving a muscle. Well, never mind. I want his credentials. Grab that hoodlum, he almost blew up Mrs. Shin.
Thank you, Professor. Have to make an example of him. Ringleader, you know. What he does, the gang does.
Chili, quiet, let me go. You wild kid, yeah? Hanging around my oldest daughter. His father's one of those day laborers south of town. You wild kid, yeah? Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you counterdict me.
We were just walking together, Jilly Clyde.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you've been a-doing. My little Gracie seen you. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll have to deal with me till who laid the rails. And Hill, I'll see you Monday morning about this band thing. Over at City Hall, 10 o'clock, sharp. Man, I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough. He's got his gang waiting outside.
Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, let me talk to you about the band.
Aw, gee, Professor, that's for the little kids.
No, I'm not talking about you playing in the band. Now, you're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it a couple times.
Great, you're my man. You realize that no one has ever invented a music stand for a marching piccolo player? No place to hold the music.
Gee, wonder where I could get some wire from.
Look in your cellar. That's where people keep wire. Oh, Tommy.
Yes, sir?
Now, Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Young miss, yeah. What's your name?
Zanita, I didn't have any idea he was beckoning to me. Egods!
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Zanita. Escort the young lady home.
only excepting I'm not going home. I'm going to the library. Egods!
Then escort the young lady home by way of the library. By way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
Egods!
Did good, Professor, but you made a couple mistakes.
Oh?
Mayor Shin owns the billiard parlor and the pool table.
Oh, what was my own mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl. Just a minute, Professor Hill. We would like to have your credentials. We're the school board.
Academic certificates.
Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers.
Make him put up a bond!
What am I hearing? You, sir, say, ice cream.
Ice cream, but I don't sing, young man.
All right,
That's what you
all right, talk then. Down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice cream.
See? Singing is always sustained talking. Now you.
Ice cream.
Now you.
Ice cream.
Now you, sir.
Ice cream!
Ladies, from now on, you'll never see one of these men without the other three.
Oh, why, Professor, you're wrong. Why, they hated each other for 15 years.
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
How can there be
Any sin is sincere. Where is the good in goodbye, in goodbye? Your apprehensions confuse me here. Puzzle and mystify, mystify, tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear, while one single star shines above. How can there be any sin insincere? Aren't we sincerely in love? Oh, we're in love.
You know, I have some wonderful caramellos over at the hotel.
Mr. Hill,
Professor Hill.
professor of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana. Gold medal class of '05.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me wherever I should go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I am not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some of the people in this town, and I find it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there which might very well give me some interesting information about you.
Gregory!
Oh, hi, Marcellus. Don't call me Greg.
Say, how'd you make out with the music teacher?
Scrumptious. Ate out of my hand the moment I tipped my hat.
She did. Boy, did you cut a swath tonight. For a minute there, even I thought you knew something about conducting a band. Just like that fella back in Joplin.
Yeah. Kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. Just you watch me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? But it only used to take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
Oh, it still does. It takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Uniforms? You haven't added uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But you can't pass yourself off for a music professor, not for any 4 weeks anyways.
Mars,
But Greg, you don't know one note from another.
I have a revolutionary new method called the think system, where you don't have to bother with notes.
But Greg, in 4 weeks, people will want to hear music. You'll have to lead a band.
When the uniforms arrive, they forget everything else, at least long enough for me to collect and leave. Oh, this is a refined operation, my son. I have it timed down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of town. And now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
Trying to line yourself up with a little canoe doing, huh?
Well,
Say, I could fix you up with Ethel, sister. Lovely young girl. Teaches Sunday school.
no wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of girl spins webs no spider ever... Listen, boy. A woman of trades on all that purity. Mary wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir. For no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl. I hiss. Top in ignorance be compared to bliss. I spark. I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer. I rave. For the virtue that I'm too late to save. The sadder but wiser girl for me. Bright-eyed, blushing, breathless, bathed out baby. No, sir. That kind of child ties knots no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. Don't do young Mrs. keeps resisting. All the time she keeps resisting. Oh, wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir. Why, she's the fisherman on the fish, you see. Plop. I flinch. I shy. When the west of the delicate air goes by, I smile. I grin. When a gal that touches sin walks in, I hope. I pray for Hester to win just one more A. The sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
Oh, Professor! We're all agog, simply agog. Ah, the key! Everyone's so excited about the band. I'm at the top of the pianola girl. And this is Mrs. Squires and Mrs. Higgins. And of course you met Eulalie McKechnie Shin, the mayor's wife. Oh, isn't it exciting, Eulalie? Oh, I couldn't say. No, I could not say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure. And naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
Of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand perfectly. But there's this matter about a committee on the dance, and I would... Mrs. Shin, your foot. Do that again.
Oh, well, I have a bunion
Oh,
in
what grace. What natural flow of rhythm. What expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill!
You must accept the chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary for the classic dance. Mustn't you, ladies?
Oh, yes, yes.
Mrs. Shin, every move you make bespeaks Del Sarte. Will you accept? Will you? Say yes, Mrs. Shin.
Oh, Eulalie McKechnie Shin? Dancing? Well,
Then you accept?
yes, indeed, and I would like
Oh,
to
thank
say...
you. And now a matter about the piano player, Marion Peru, I believe. After all, she's a librarian.
Well, pick a little, talk a little. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little. Pick a little, talk a little, talk a little, pick a little. Pick. Cheek. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheek. Talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheek. Talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheek. Talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheek. Professor, because kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I should tell you this, but she advocates dirty books. Dirty books? No, sir. Rabbis! Balzac! And the worst thing, of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but I'll tell. The man lives on my street. Let me tell. Stop! I'll tell. That woman made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium. Madison Picnic Park. Madison Hospital. That Miser Madison?
Exactly. And who did he think he was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. Gave the town the library, too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city. But he left all the books to her. She was seen going and coming from his place. Oh, yes, that woman made brazen overtures with a gift guarantee. She had a golden plate in her eye and a silver voice with a counterfeit ring. Just melt it down and you'll reveal a look that is cold as steel. Here, where a woman's heart should be. You have never seen the library building but rabbits! Balzac!
Yes, that's just when you go with the hotel. Good night, ladies. It's all right. I know everything, and it doesn't make a difference.
What?
You're probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and the sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
I have.
What would you like to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
The librarian. You aren't listening, Marion. Look. Marion. Marbles. 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, and 1 big glassy with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. Dear, to catch your ear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marion, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigade men had to whisper the news to Marion. Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marion, if I stumbled and I busted my whatchamacallit, I could lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to carrion. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight. And a fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song with the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marion, it's a long-lost cause I can never win. For the civilized world accepts this unforgivable sin. Any talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marion. Madam Librarian. To tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marion, it's a long-lost cause I can never win. For the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin. Any talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marion. Madam Librarian. The ladies' dance committee meets Tuesday nights. Marshmallow?
minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Why no, Mershin? I collect doorknobs. This one has an unusual shape that
Oh, wait a
is
minute. Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Male fiends without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
I just missed you. Mershin, your hand. Oh, no.
What?
That spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
What's that mean?
That means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good. That means that America has finally produced a musician that can flugel the minute waltz in under 50 seconds.
Oh, where could I get one of these horns?
I thought you'd never ask. Just sign here, Mayor Shim. That'll be $17 import fee.
Yes, sir. Just think, I could have missed this. I haven't got any, son! You unscrupulous, you unflip, you meet down at City Hall with your by-God papers at 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
If your boy had that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George, well, not that he'd ever really be great, you understand,
Oh, is
but...
that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
But Professor, we're not Irish.
No. No, really? That clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine. That'll be $7 earnest money. Nothing more due till the first installment, payable at opening of band practice. Thank you, Mrs. Peru. Oh, and of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son. Certainly his uniform. And there won't be a penny due till delivery, which gives them 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, at no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Would it have,
A stripe? Certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day even to us. And if you can get him to play in that band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But if anybody can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'd pick you for the hard-carrying, clay-pipe smoking, shimwalk wearing, the harp playing, mevanine pinching, tennis hall minstrel singing Irishman. Be gabbin' be jabbers. Where are you from, my boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it. Gary. Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatoire was my alma mater.
Was she now?
What? Why, yes. Gold medal class of Lot 5. How to do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Peru, I thought the name sounded familiar. I tried to see you since the other night,
He
but
wants to put Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marion, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He does have me joy, you know.
Oh, your husband musical? Well, I'd like to have a talk with him.
Mr. Hill, do you always barge into people's homes like this, prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Then we know what the boy's father decided.
The boy's father is dead. Anything else, Mr. Hill?
Oh, well, I am sorry. That's all the more reason why your brother should have an opportunity.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away from him. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for the past 2 years. As for you and your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks, so I get the feeling she likes the idea. Now, a little cautious, perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive. I'll be back later in the week.
Oh, one moment, Professor Hill. About the boy's measurements, I make all his clothes, Sleeve 21, waist 18, crouch 14.
Well, fine. That's all I need. Now I must get back to the hotel.
Professor, I do hope you'll excuse Marion. She's not really like
Oh,
that.
please. I'm sure that at heart she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone? He has, and I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Get in a conservation class about 5. Now, darling.
Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing man that comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity happens to be music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, I know you're there, dear. Winthrop, please come out now. Go down to the library and ask Mrs. Grubb for the book I set aside. It's, the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
You won't have to speak to anyone, dear. I've written it all down. Thank you.
Now what you up to? Why do you need books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the journal will help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind my asking, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not looking for Ed Gamage, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
He does?
Nor Leonard Greener and that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a white knight in shining armor either. My white knight.
What my heart could say if it only
Sunita, hey Sunita.
Tommy, Papa Mama said right there in the bank. Eat God!
All right, then meet me after supper.
I can't. It's our ring night. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
You see, isn't that just what I said? Last time the lumberyard and now the footbridge. And where will you meet me after that? In the Black Hole, Calcutta? Eat gods!
I only wanted to show you my invention.
What invention?
My music holder for the marching piccolo player. It still has a couple of minor flaws. See, when you hold it tight enough to keep the music steady, you cut off the circulation and you can't wiggle your fingers. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa!
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, George.
Yes, the very first thing I said. Or I'll eat hay with a horse. Get that spellbinder's credentials, I said. Morning of July 4th, 1912. And now look, my wife's out dancing at any and all hours instead of
George!
School board singing up street and down alley instead of attending city matters. My oldest daughter's out boodling with some wild kid. And my business, it's fallen so far off, I can't find the balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, if I could speak to you for just 1 minute. I found some very interesting information about Professor Hill's alma mater,
Is who?
his university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of Part 5.
Yes, but I think if you look right here, you won't have to look any further. You see, it's on page 387.
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is just coming up from the depot. The Wells Fargo wagon?
A likely story. At this hour of the day, nonsense. The Wells Fargo wagon.
It could be the band instruments.
The band instrument.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street on legs like a before me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box of maple sugar for my birthday. And once I got a good and once I got some fresh fruit from Tampa.
Montgomery Ward sent me a bathtub and a cross-cut saw.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. A big thing surprises COD.
It could be curtains or dishes or a boiler, or it could be.
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be.
Something special.
Something very, very special now.
Just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some salmon from Seattle last September.
And I expect a new rocking chair. I hope I get my raisins from Fresno.
The DAR has sent a cannon for the courthouse square.
My cornet, geez,
Men, you'll each receive individual instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think the minuet in G.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da. La-di-da. Sister, isn't this the most scrumptious algo thing you ever saw? I never thought I'd ever see something so scrumptious as this scrumptious algo thing. Oh, sister.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some by God tooting on them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury, over at the county seat. Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George, Tempest View.
You want your phraseology. Now, get along if you want. I gotta get something from the librarian.
dance training these Tuesday nights at the high school.
Day display will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. Now remember, don't make me tell you again. Always keep your face to the audience. Smile, girls, smile.
Johnny, this shit'll have my head!
Mr. Washburn, we are entitled to 5 more minutes.
Well, if you think you can hold them back, go ahead and try it.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the new steps Professor Hill taught us.
All right, Tommy, what'll it be?
The shapoopy.
No one who kisses on the very first date is usually your husky. And a woman who kisses second on out is anything but fussy. But a woman who kisses stuff them up, head to the air and feet on the left. She's a girl you got to found. She's your shapoopy. Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy. The girl is hard
Walking through the flower garden, stepping in some, you beg your pardon. Join me for some lazy guys. These are ones for cheating, looking, getting back and spending. These are ones for bubbles, looking some, the way to stop. Join me for some lazy guys. Now Sarah wasn't no gal as anyone could see, but now she's the go gal who only goes for me. These are ones for cheating, looking, getting back and spending. These are ones for bubbles, looking some, the way to stop.
But you can't win her yet. Hey, Professor, show us some new steps. But you can win her yet.
Take your hands off my daughter.
Papa!
Mayor Shin, Your Honor, me and your daughter are going steady behind your back.
Why, you little...
Well, we'd rather do it in front of your back, but
Do what? Oh, never mind.
Zanita's scared of you, but I'm not. I'd hate to think you'd have your own daughter afraid of you, Jilly Claw.
You watch your phraseology. Now, I'm going to warn you once more. If I ever catch you touching my daughter, I'll by God horsewhip you till hell won't have it again.
Now, Judge!
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means pig!
Yeah. Now get out of this public building.
I got as much right in this public building as anyone else.
Right? Where do you get any right? Aiding and abetting the swindling activities of this spellbinding symbol salesman. You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out, you wild kid, you.
Papa, please, calculus like you make one in the marketplace. Eat God!
What's your phraseology, young lady? Now go home. You, Laley?
Yes, George, I only...
Never mind. You tend to your dad.
Yes, my dance.
I'll handle Sunita, taking up with kids from the wrong side of town.
Mayor Shin, if I could just make you understand.
Well, you can't. And thanks for nothing. I read that book you gave me for a week now, from cover to cover, and haven't found a thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
I'll sell your hash as soon as I get these premises off my oldest daughter.
All right, but in the meantime, I'll have you know that I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. He's got the respect of every kid in this town. You'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs. On account of the broken legs they'll get by tripping over their own beards. Now let me tell you something, my fine feathered young... Well, never mind. Oliver, J.C., Newark, Owen, get this man's references and get him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slipping in a Mississippi sturgeon.
You mean you want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a button hooked in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shin has behaved abominably. And I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense like that.
Oh, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no. A man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. What is it the poet says? A coward dies 1,000 deaths. The brave man, only 500. Unfortunately, the mayor was already pretty mad about this pool table business. And now, oh, well. I suppose a reference from a music teacher like yourself would help, but I couldn't ask you to do that.
Why not, Professor Hill?
You would?
I'd be glad to, if I was a little more informed. I've been wanting to speak with you all week about Winthrop's cornet.
Is cornet mother of pearl key?
Yes, I'm sure it's fine. But you see, he never
touches it. The first week or so, he made a few, experimental blats, I guess you could say.
Blats.
But he sings the minuet constantly. But, he never touches the cornet.
Well, you see, he doesn't have to.
Well, that's what he tells me. He tells me about some revolutionary new think system, where if you think the minuet in G, you won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor, surely a man...
Miss Ma'am, the think system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. But so is Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the egg, or globe, and Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Now, I cannot discuss these things here in public, but if you'd allow me to call, when may I call?
Why, any night this week.
Pick a little tap, little, pick a little tap, little, tick, 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 turn around, pick a little more, pick a little tap, little, please join ourselves for a tale. See, you were so clear, nice little, pick a little tap, little, tick, tick, turn around, pick a little more, pick a little tap, little, pick a little tap. You dance like a little, pick a little tap, little, princess, with a chip into your floor. You had a golden shimmer in your hair and silver shoes, prophecy. We knew that you would soon have all the cherry heart of your school. Here, my woman's heart should be. Merry Christmas, moving floor, golden shimmer, silver shoes. I was born heart of gold. Here, my woman's heart should be. The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Sure, sir. Revelate, balls out.
Sorry, Professor, but we got our orders.
We all been deputized.
Yes. I've tried to give you my references and papers, but every time you guys seem to somehow get off the subject. Now, I have just what I need back at the hotel. It'll take me just a minute.
Sorry, afraid I'll have to go with you.
Yes. Well, let me see if I have my key here. What's this? Oh, yes. A testimonial for Madam Reading, the only female bassoon player ever to appear on the Red Path circuit. Of course, that was just her stage name. Actually, she was from Moline. Her real name was Ryder Rose Quackenbush.
Could I see that for a minute?
Oh, you'll never forget the name. Same as the old song.
None of that now.
Ryder Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
To get the sun back in the sky. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Light a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you?
the sun back in the sky. Like a rose and Oregon road, about 1,000 years it shine. Ring dong sing, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, grant the least suggestion, now pop the questions. Ride a rose, I'm home again, rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Ride a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Ride a rose, oh, won't you be mine?
Will you ever stop arguing with yourself? Will you ever tell him? Won't you ever tell him? Ah, yes. Ah, no. Ah, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let it come out. Mama. No, nothing. If he ever comes to call again, you'll see him alone. And if you haven't the gumption to tell him how you feel, then
Tell him!
there's nothing wrong with a ladylike hint.
Oh,
Mama! Winthrop, where've you been?
listen, fishing with Harold. You mean Professor Hill?
Mm-hmm.
And look, I still have some work left. Did you have a good time?
Great. He told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana. And he said he'd take me there someday. And he taught me his phone with hardly any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Now you know me when. If you'd like to have a look at the information, how I have been on the delicate syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can make my day. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, that's the after but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I have been on the delicate syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can wet my face. Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, that's the after but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet I was back in a minute. I had to go so Amarillo with my live frock. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Leave the dishes, Mama. I'll do them. We'll take a change for the sociable. There's time later.
Shin's around here somewhere?
The Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Ah, Kearney. I see you're the piano teacher in town. You must know about this fellow Hill Farmer Boys band here.
Yes.
Don't let her worry no more. I've got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit thimble rigger. That's why I gotta see Shin. I'm just passing through, you know. I'm ready to make a 15-minute water stop. Sure wish it was 20. I'd like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Shy Cow, anvil salesman. Just now I'm out to get good now a trial fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake, my old lady's Corsica. That fellow's in the raspberry seed, my wisdom tooth, for just long enough. He spoiled Illinois so many years, ain't gonna spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you? You didn't see through him? He's no more professor.
I know all about that. Band directors are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. And he's a fine director. And
Now wait a minute. Fine director. Have you heard one note of music from any band?
No, but I'm
But
sure.
nothing, girl. That fellow's never formed a boy's man in his life. Never will.
Mr. Cowell, if you'll just listen to me for 1 minute.
I'd like to. I'd like to do more than that if I had time. Sure got the inclination. But I gotta get back to that train. I gotta leave the word about that fella Hill on the way to depot.
Mr. Cowell, you'll never make the train to depot. You'll have to try to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir, I gotta leave word and see you ain't the one to leave it with.
Mr. Cowell, you don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
Oh, no. What I meant to say is, I don't know you. And,
No trouble there, Billy girl.
I mean, I don't know you as well as I'd like to.
Yes, sir.
Never met an anvil salesman before. That's something, well, quite different.
Takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Animals have a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? I'll miss my train. Now I'll get fired. They'll leave word about that fella Hill.
Leave one with me.
Not on your tin type. How you know? How I know you don't write these letters?
Well, try it. Here's the train, now run for it.
Why, you double-doing little... Who are you trying to protect? That guy's got a kill in every county in Illinois. And by God, he's taking it away from every one of them. And that's 102 counties, not counting the piano teachers he calls you up to keep their mouth shut. Neither one of you are the last for me, girly girl. The sun back in the sky. Good evening, Miss Marianne. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy.
Marianne! Marianne! Marianne, dear, who was you talking to? Why, Professor Hill.
Mrs. Peru, top of the evening. Miss Marion?
Why don't you and Marianne come up and sit? I've got some jelly on the stove. Mama, there's no jelly on the stove. Well, then I'll put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask her to call.
did I? Well, I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Marion, I'm not suggesting that your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. You know, the think system? I've been by your house a time or two this week to try to explain it to you. But there always seem to be people around. Mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and some of the ladies.
Well, I'm glad. I wouldn't want anybody beating my time. You wouldn't? No, ma'am. Well, evidently it's not a convenient night. I'll see you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100? Well, what I'm trying to say is,
Yes?
is it true that you've developed a think system?
A what? Think system, yes. As simple as whistling. No one has to tell you how to use your lips in whistling. You just have to think a tune to have it come out right here. Now just try this yourself before you ask any questions.
I take your word.
Could we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you meet dozens, even 100.
Well, I suppose.
Have they all been as fascinated as I with the think system?
Some more, some less. One young lady actually thought up the same system before I got to her town. She showed me a few refinements.
I see.
Have I said something wrong?
No, please don't let me keep you, Professor Hill. I must be very boring company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to my Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
My father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me at a sure job so Mother Winthrop and I could have some security. Surely you don't believe...
Of course not. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think people start those rumors?
Well, narrow-mindedness and jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you personally. Just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Just that, But of course it stands to reason that the disappointment and jealousy can lead to... We'll take you, for instance, and your attentions to teachers might easily be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, no, honestly, mightn't they?
Well, I
And
suppose...
so you say, if another salesman were jealous, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Oh, why, of course.
It just proves you should never believe everything you hear. I mean, if you discuss things...
Miss Marion, I'd be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But couldn't we do it sitting down? I mean, you do sit. Your knees bend and all.
We could sit on the porch steps.
We could also sit on our hollow log over the footbridge.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I've never been to the footbridge before with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
Please, not tonight. No. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, pile up enough tomorrows, and you'll find you've collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
Oh, so would I.
The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. I just promised Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Do I mean the saints be praised it works?
What does?
I've been using the drink system on you from the parlor.
Say, the uniforms have arrived and the kids are already in them. If they show up at the sociable tonight, the parents are going to be screaming music.
Yeah.
Here's most of Joe. I got time to collect it.
All right, Mars. Get the rig.
I got it.
What time's the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
It's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, you want to turtle-wurtle around here and get yourself caught in a bunny trap? Go ahead, but I'm not...
Don't worry, Mars. I'll be over at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
You said 15 minutes.
Well, what I meant was that you were, well, I'd say about 26 years late. Took you that long to get to the footbridge with a fella.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Nearly halfway here, I turned back. I mustn't be the first girl to find it easier to think when not underneath the spell of your salesmanship.
No, Miss Marion. Surely you don't think I've been selling you anything.
No, you've given me something. That's why I came.
I don't recall giving you anything.
Yes, you have. Something beautiful. And I'm glad. Please don't be afraid that I expect much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. I know there have been many ports of call, and there will be many more. But that's no reason why I shouldn't be glad for what you left behind here for me.
Marion,
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ring. No
things you don't know about me.
Quick!
Excuse me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Look, who's a salesman around here? Sounds like she's selling and you're buying.
Are you kidding? I didn't know I was going to be able to leave tonight. I had to keep her off balance, didn't I?
She's so far off balance now you can't tell the difference between her and a catboat in the middle of a hurricane.
Listen, Buster Brown, I came up through the ranks in this skirmish, and I'm not leaving without my commission.
But you can't get it. We're out here on the footbridge.
There's this place over Madison Picnic Park near the Sociable. Makes this place look like an old lady's home. Now beat it, Mars. Go get the rig. Never a dull moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to go into that right now, do we?
No, nor ever. The lady librarian hasn't felt much like researching lately. But she did when you first came.
Oh? About what?
About Professor Harold Hill. Gary, Indiana, Gary Conservatory, class of '05. Now, Harold, there wasn't any Gary Conservatory in '05.
Well, there certainly was.
Because Gary, Indiana wasn't even built until '06.
You knew all the time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came. I tore this page out of the Indiana State Educational Journal. My original intent was to use it against you, but now I give it to you with all of my heart.
But if you knew, why did you...
I'll see you at the sociable later. I have to go get my hat.
Why, you little... Well, 110 cornets played the air. Then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I got up and down the square.
Good night, my someone, I love.
Well, 110 cornets blazed away.
Our star is shining, its brightest light.
There were horns of every shape and sweet dreams be yours here, if dreams there be.
While 110 cornets blazed away.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone. Good night.
Greg! This guy's crazy. He's going all over town, stealing everything.
Oh, Sam Tracy, missed my train. Probably lost my job, but I got you now, Hill, and your pay. If they're in the clinic right now, I hadn't been for that piano teacher. I told her all about you. What did she do? Really gagging around until I couldn't get the shin. Little dried up, man hungry, roundhouse. Feel like this gig?
Oh, get out of here, or I'll kill you, you dirty mouth.
I'll stay in this town until you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why, you never even knew the territory.
Greg, here's the stuff. Come on, this way.
Can't you get it through your head you're being swindled out of your eye teeth right now? This minute there's a burglar in the bedroom while you're fiddling in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold L., road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket?
Same thing he said the same to your wallet, mister. And yours, madam. And yours, little lady, ever since the first moment he came into this town. There is more documented evidence than we'll ever have time to read. There isn't any band, never has been any band, and never will be any band. If you don't want this man down like mad dogs, there won't be any Harold Hill. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now, will you believe me?
Well, what are we waiting for?
I want my money back.
Money back? I want his tie.
Yeah!
After him. And when you find him, take him to the schoolhouse. After him.
Try the low roll. Check by the crack. Try the mill. Back to the breathing.
Marion, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
I've been looking for Winthrop. He's run away. Harold, please leave. Please go. They're talking about tar and feathers.
I had to see you, Marion.
You don't owe me a word. Don't you know that? Not one word. Now, please go, Harold. Please.
Greg! Oh, he's not even looking straight out with a quick.
Quick.
Winthrop! Winthrop!
Oh, wait a minute there, son.
I'm not your son. Leave go of me.
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
I would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Let me go, you big liar.
And what's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now I'm older than you, and you're going to take it. You might as well stop wiggling. All right, that's better. Now, there's two things you're entitled to know, Winthrop. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the beginning. That's why I wanted you in the band. So you quit hanging around and moping for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What, the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, actually, the other thing is any of your business, so I think about it.
I wish you'd never come to River City. Winthrop, no you don't. Sister, you believe him? I believe everything he ever said. But he promised us. I know, and it happened just like he said. The lights, and the flags, and the colors, and the symbols. We love all that. And the way every kid walks around this town all summer long, especially you, and the parents too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City? Well, you do, don't you? No. Now, Harold, go, please. Go on, Professor, that way.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
Well, for the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all. Till there was you.
Greg! Greg! See here, Greg! Come on! This way!
Which is why I interrupted the program at this point. Rest assured, this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by this time. Yes. And let me only remind you, fellow river citizens, I did everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from happening. Fourscore!
What have you done to get our money back? Yeah! That professor's taking nearly $300 just tonight for uniforms. Yeah, and we haven't even seen them uniforms yet.
But he's slippery, I told you.
I haven't seen any uniform or my boy either since just after supper. He's a
the sword of retribution is cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are collecting feathers and melting tar, I will not say the name.
Excuse me, but I should think that there would be some of you who could forget your everlasting Iowa stubbornness, chip on the shoulder, arrogance, long enough to remember River City before Professor Harold Hill came. Do you? Well, do you? Suddenly there were things to do, people to go out of your way for. A smile when you met someone on the street. Well, I think that we should be grateful to him for what he's brought into River City. And if so, well, I think you'd want to admit it.
Just a minute here, miss. If there is anyone in this hall who doesn't think this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, let him, by God, stand up. Standing there like a bunch of Shropshire sheep. Have you people forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Have you people forgotten about the warranty that your individual child will play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, man. Think.